Hey y'all, Paris TV here. Welcome back to my channel. We're back with another video. So today I'm coming on to talk about gaining your independence. So those of you guys that are getting ready to go to college or moving out on your own, or whatever the case may be that is requiring you to gain some independence. So let's just jump right into this video. So for me, I officially gained my independence when I actually went off to college. So if you don't know, I'm originally from Colorado, and I came to college in Texas, where I went to PV, and then I actually finished off college at UTA. But I spent most of my college years at PV, and then actually graduated my last year at UTA. So first of all, that was a huge transformation for me. So if I have a video from say 3 years ago that talks about that experience, but it was a huge transformation for me. I was away from my family, all my friends. I went to school with two of my best friends, but I was away from all my family, all my friends, and it was a completely different experience, you guys. Like, it caused me to grow up so much because at the time I did have a single mother who it was hard for her as well. So going off to college, I did have to gain a lot of independence on my own. And I mean, as far as figuring out financial aid, oh gosh, I have horror stories with financial aid. I will talk about those in a later video. But figuring out financial aid, my housing, groceries. I thank my sister and my mom. My mom did what she could, being a single mom, having 3 kids, but my sister came through. She provided me with a lot of groceries, y'all. But a part of that is figuring out that what bills are, like what are duties of taking care of your own home, and realizing that it's not easy. It is a task, and kudos to single mothers out there, because sometimes I was just like taking care of myself, and I just feel like that was like, whoa. Like, I didn't even really have that many responsibilities at that time, but trying to come up, me and my god sister actually trying to come up with ways to get groceries without actually bugging our parents every week, but using financial aid, getting a job and things like that. But I feel like that pulled it out of me to actually gain my independence, because like I said, you are on your own. Yeah, you are pretty much on your own trying to figure it out. Then I think it was easier during my freshman year because you have a dorm. So the most that you have to worry about are groceries, which, at that point in time, I thought it was just like so stressful trying to figure out groceries and all of it. What adds up is like your toiletries. So your washing powder, your soaps, toothpaste, toothbrushes, all the different kind of stuff. Like, you don't realize that stuff, how much it costs to buy groceries and take care of a household. But yeah, that was like the least of my worries when I went to college, was just making sure I had groceries. You don't have to worry about lights or anything like that. It got harder when I went into my sophomore year and I got an apartment, and that was a whole different story. Okay, you have rent, you have electricity, groceries, at that time phone bill, and actually my sister was paying my phone bill at that time, so thank you again. But so you do have I was stepping into a completely different monster of things, and that really caused me to gain some independence, because at that point in time, we were using one car in school, and I was working at the outlet and trying to, that money barely covered groceries, you guys. So it requires you to gain your independence when you don't use the option to rely on your parents. Because what I realized was coming to school is that a lot of these kids were spoiled. Like, a lot of these kids had 2-parent homes, their parents were paying for everything, like everything. And I'm just over here like, so yeah. But, I mean, that's what I'm saying. In a sense, it causes you to gain your independence where, you do move out and you realize that calling home is just not an option every week. You have to really figure it out on your own, whether that means you get a job, whether that means, you have to maybe work around things about as far as going to school, like if you're going to go to school part-time because of the finances. Thank God that I never had to do that because he always made a way for me. But it was hard. Like it's very hard gaining your independence. It's not easy. You are, if you're getting ready to get out on your own or go to college, you are going to learn that some people have it easy. Some people, like I said, they have all their expenses paid. It's hard for everyone to gain their independence. Some people do have an advantage because their household was set up completely different. And that is not knocking anybody. That is the way that it should be. As far as, bringing up a child, I don't feel like kids should have to struggle. But that's just not the world that we live in. Reality is you are going to have to find ways to gain your independence outside of your parents. And I'm just here to let you know it is going to be hard. It is a struggle, but you will get through it. And it is an amazing thing to watch yourself grow from a little girl to a woman or from a little boy to a man, because that is what it requires you to grow up gaining your independence. That's part of the process, is that you grow through it, you know what I mean? And you figure things out. You learn yourself in so many different ways that you probably didn't even know. You feel like you know yourself, but growing up, going to college, moving out on your own, stepping out into the real world, you are going to learn so many things about yourself that you're just like, dang, I didn't even know that about myself. So I feel like I fully did gain my independence when I left the home, went to college, and had to figure things out on my own, because like I said, once again, it wasn't an option just to call home every week. My mom was the only parent in my life, and I thank her every day for how she did pull through. The ways that she could help me out, she helped me out 100%. Like she never she would struggle herself just to give me her last to help me get groceries or to help me get a book or whatever the case may be. So I do appreciate her for that. But in a sense, when you know that your mother is struggling, you have no other choice but to figure it out as well, because that is a part of being independent. You can't depend on someone else who's struggling, so you have to figure it out. But that's a whole nother topic, but it just goes in hand with me letting you guys know that gaining your independence is going to be challenging. It is going to be something new, but don't be afraid of it. Do not be afraid of growth. Do not be afraid to leave and try different things because you're afraid to be out on your own, because that's doing nothing but holding you back. Yeah, overall, it is a beautiful thing. Good luck to all you guys that are about to go to college, or if you're not going to college, if you're getting ready to move out on your own or take the next step towards something new in your life. You will figure it out, you guys. You will figure it out. Don't be scared that you're not going to know what to do, because that is the beautiful thing about being a human. We learn to adapt and we learn to adjust to different situations, and we're smart enough to figure things out. Don't let your challenges get in the way of letting you move forward, because that's not the way that we're designed. We can figure anything out and we can do anything that we put our minds to. So but yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. Let me know some ways that you guys gained your independence. What are what's some advice that you may have for people that's getting ready to move out on their own, or even getting ready, something's in my eye, or even getting ready to go to college? So let me know in the comments, and I will see you guys in my next video.